Here we are. Previously in the GodBreaking, you guys had a fight to the death with a virus, a demon spawn that had been left here from the demon invasion. It had taken over the motorized, or the mechanical world of Modereme, the home of the Modrons, which is at the center of Solaria. And so you guys, all last session, did battle with Corvid, Corvid-1-9-AF. This is him. And you killed him because he was a pussy and couldn't really do anything.
But his minions.
I don't know about that. I see Tempest is still dead.
I know, right?
Well, Tempest got killed by the minions. Corvid himself was a pussy. Alright, so you guys are inside the chipset still.
I think
And
the Tempest, right?
Yes, I did where he did. Quickly, we must heal him.
what do you guys want to do? Oh, and Damus, you actually got the toilet paper, so you have a roll of toilet paper. You can add it to your inventory.
Yes, I did. I'm the greatest.
Alright. What are you doing?
Bringing Tempest back up.
But who's got the most HP? I'll come over and I'll cast. Never mind, I don't have any spell slots.
I know, right? I'm like,
Hold on, you
it's just
guys.
time for Chrysalis again.
Oh,
Right.
I'll give I'll give him one of the special chimichangas that can revive people. Cause I have some of those.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were fresh out. This is awesome.
I never used mine.
Yay!
But give me a sec to double check my inventory to see how many I have.
I'm pretty sure you guys still have them.
I'll cast
The potion of
Revivify.
healing allows recovery and revival. Yeah, I've got 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'll use one of them on Tempest.
Alright.
Hope it works.
It does. It does. He is back to life. He gets up and he goes, "That was some scary ass shit."
Figurative it literally. Shit everywhere.
You guys are no longer affected by the virus, so social distancing is no longer necessary.
Thank God for that. Oh my God.
I'm gonna recall Melwin from his pocket dimension.
He pops out. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He says,
Melwin, my friend. Melwin -1. Oh no, +1.
"Yes, friend. Yes, friend Melwin -1.
Melwin, how do you feel right now? Do you feel that everything has gone back to normal, or was the damage too great and we must fix more things?
He looks around. Melwin feels. Melwin feels. That makes Melwin happy. Melwin feels. Then he starts. He plugs his little appendage thingy into the wall, into a hole in the wall, like R2D2 style, and starts spinning. And then he says, "Foreign agents inside chipset. Expunged. Repairs already underway." He looks at you, and his mechanical face manages to crack into a smile. He says, "Melwin's home is back again."
Excellent news, Melwin.
Melwin feels joy. Melwin feels glee.
That's what we were going
You
for,
should-
Melwin.
You two should start a TV show called Glee.
And win the hearts of all young people and old people alike? I think yes.
Yep. And then after a couple of seasons, your main star will die of a drug overdose.
That'll probably be me. Not gonna lie. R.I.P. Finn.
Yeah, Finn. It was drugs, right? Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was overdose caused a heart attack or something like that, I think,
So dumb.
or something.
So dumb. It was a good
But
show.
I don't think it was intentional though. I think it was an accident, which makes it even worse.
So it wasn't illegal drugs?
No, it was, but I don't think he did it. I don't think he was trying to kill himself. It was like an
Ah.
accident that he
Yeah,
OD'd,
he was
I think.
he partied too much.
Gotcha. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Melvin, glad that you're happy. I'm happy that you're happy, that I'm happy, and everybody's happy. Now, now that we got everything happy, who is the person to talk to on this plane in order to gain audience with Bahamut?
He says, Modrons Modrons stay in Modereme. We make things run. Bahamut occupies surface land. Great mountain, atop which his temple, his palace, where his great treasure hoard made of gold and pearl and jewels sits. There he oversees the divine forge and rules over all Solaria. Only people on surface can see Bahamut. If friend Melwin -1 wants to see Bahamut, friend would have to leave Modereme and go to surface world.
Okay, Elwin +1. Do you know of any um, of your people here know how to use the Great Forge, or were involved in building it so we can get more information?
He shakes his head. Negative. Divine Forge only link to Modereme is that Modereme helps provide power to Divine Forge. And now that Modereme is functional, power can resume and Divine Forge can be activated.
Elwin +1, have you ever played Fallout 4? And do you know those computers that you can hack into to get information? Do you have like one of those? Do you know where one of those is at?
I've never played Fallout 4. What does it do?
What?
It's just like a computer you hack into and get like
It's
information.
the wall console in video games that you
Okay,
hack.
okay. Alright, oh, just for data? Just for random
Yeah.
information? He points to the place that he's currently shoving his cylindrical appendage into. He says, like this one?
Well, that's very convenient. Um, can you find us a way to the surface?
He says, one moment. He spins the appendage around, and then he says, must enhance data search. And he starts thrusting it in and out of the wall. And finally he says, data retrieved. Access to surface world. Sent by several chutes. There are 4 connection points in Modereme to surface world. Reverse garbage chutes.
All right, guys. Well, the first thing we should get out of the chipset and see what's going on. Make sure that the bad robots are no longer bad, and that we're gonna leave Elwin +1's world um, in a better state than when we found it. That's always our goal.
Sounds about right. Let's do it.
So you guys.
Should we take a quick nap though?
We should,
Did you
because
want a cocoon?
me and Tempest have 2 hit points between the two of us total.
Melvin, is it safe to sleep in here?
Millen says, checking. Yes. Daily purge of chipset, sanitation and cleansing is not scheduled for another 14 hours.
I'm already snoring.
Okay. Alright, you guys have purged the chipset, and you guys are able to just conk out there, just drop onto the floor or whatever, and go to sleep.
Oh, that's the air elemental dude. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
He
Renly's summon
provides a
creature.
nice cooling breeze, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, so
so that we don't deal with.
when I turn into COVID, will he have them make whatever this land is great again hat on?
Did you succeed your roll for him?
Yeah.
I haven't made
Yeah,
one.
but you gave me the sissy version though.
Did I?
Yeah, you gave me the sissy version.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he has. here's Adis's form. Did you guys
It's
see
wonderful.
it? 100 hit points, 10 armor. His attack does 1d6 plus 8
It
and
didn't
2d6 necrotic
save.
damage.
For some reason, it didn't save on the list.
I linked it in chat.
Or maybe I put it somewhere else. We should actually we should take a break for 3 days.
You guys can rest here. So the land of Modereme has been purged. The great cogs built into the ceiling, into the ground, and all of Modereme itself is rotating on a huge cog slowly, and the machinery is back functional again. I mean, there was mechanical stuff issues, but all the Modrons their whole purpose in life is to keep the place running. So they're actively repairing damage along the way. So by the time you guys wake up inside the chipset, all of Modereme is fully functional again.
Success.
Okay. And don't forget that the bad robots were just a few warrior class robots, of which Modrin, the dwarven god of crafting, he had made 1 million of them, and they're beneath Modereme.
So it's like the terracotta army. Okay, great.
Yes, they had not been deployed during the holy war, the divine war. The demon virus had come down, fucked up Modereme, and kept the robots from being deployed in the battle.
Well, let's deploy those fuckers.
Okay, so you're going back to the surface world? No, just to Modereme. You leave the chipset. You're back in Modereme. The robots are moving around. All the messes and the explosions and stuff that you get from the fight that you guys had are completely cleaned. It looks like it never happened.
Now, before we leave, should we try to check to see if there's like, I guess like any archangel-ish type of things around here? Like, there might be big robots, but just so
You
we
can check.
have
Sure.
some sort of. I'm just gonna ask one of the guys. I'm like, who's the biggest boss around here?
Melon says, all of Modereme is run autonomously. We have no superiors. We just have orders and purposes. Some of us are purpose-built for certain tasks, and others are purpose-built for certain tasks. And we have been executing those tasks that we've been given since we were created.
Who's purpose built for making you guys, and purpose built for being the strongest defender?
And one more thing, Melvin. Do you know where the vigils are, or how many vigils there are in this realm?
In all of Solaria, one vigil exists. that of Bahamut. Bahamut is the gatekeeper and guardian divinity of Solaria.
What do you guys think? Do you guys want to mess around down here, like in the? I think of it like as an undercity.
If we don't, I think someone else might.
Giant ass army would be very helpful.
Also, here is Tharusir. When you guys come out, he goes, "Aye, fucking made it out okay. It's good to know."
Looks like everything's working properly again.
Aye, like a dream. Just like I envisioned it when I built it.
Great. Do you know how to awaken and deploy the robot army?
He says,
You built it.
"I did. But you have to understand, I was just a minor divinity. I worked for, and while my hands were skilled, I worked at the behest of the greater gods. Only the gatekeeper, the divine overseer of this plane, can call the army forth."
So Dragon's got the launch codes.
Now, in your infinite wisdom, Tharozir, do you know how to access the surface world through one of the garbage chutes?
Aye, he says. "You see, on the surface world, they send their trash down here, and I have a whole stable of moderns that take it, recycle it, repurpose it, and use it to fuel, power, and repair this place. We just need to jimmy it and send something back up the chute. Reverse it, you know."
Gotcha. Another question. What lives in the surface world? Are they like people? Are there more robots? Is it desolate and just the mountain where the temple is? What's the deal up there? Have you ever been?
Solaria is one massive mountain, and on its surface, all along in various terraces on the way up, there are worlds upon worlds, stables of the gods, cities and whole lands for divinities and their kind, arcanites, angels, solars. Solaria was a very populous and cultured place. Much art, music, revelry, peace, harmony.
So are any of you all curious how the demons managed to just walk through this floor with the gatekeeper still alive and in charge?
Locked them up.
I had a dream that Bahamut was chained. Well, let's get up there. Do you guys have any other business you think we should attend to before we...
Does he have a key that unlocks all locks?
He says, "Are you talking literally or figuratively?"
I mean, like, I need a key that goes into a lock and then just unlocks crazy locks.
The
Is
key
this-
that you can put in the lock
One
and
time
unlock
use
it.
is fine.
Are we talking literally or with innuendo? Like, are you talking about
Literally.
your penis?
No, it's definitely not.
Ah,
Unless that's how you open that lock.
He would like to unlock the potential of that, though.
I did hear that there was a Bahamut was locked up.
Yes, he would like to unlock his potential.
yes. I know nothing of that.
Oh, damn.
I
Okay.
am Tarusir. I am an aspect of Moderen. I have some of his memories, particularly the crafting ones. But when you brought me back to life, I had been on your plane for years, hundreds of years. So there is much I do not know, and my knowledge of this place is from centuries ago.
It makes sense.
Deimos, he could totally craft you something for that angel chick as a bargaining tool for getting her to make you more cool stuff.
It's
He
true.
could probably
Or-
make her a stick that would rock her world.
Or instead, could you forge me the most powerful crowbar of all time?
Crowbar.
And to make my staff a level 3 staff of the Dragonkin. Once we get access to the forge.
Yes. True. But can you make me a really cool thing so we can bust Bahamut out?
And he says, I don't know what is holding Bahamut. Chains?
I describe the chains that I saw in my dream.
He says, there had to be some incredible chains to be able to hold Bahamut. He says, you don't know what Bahamut is like. He's vast. He's power incarnate. To be able to hold him down, I cannot fathom. Even I would not have been able to craft such a thing.
Or
Don't
should
sell yourself short. They don't call me Khaleesi Elwyn, breaker of chains, mother of dragons for nothing.
Look at his titties. Right. But I guess we should go to the top then. Because fuck it.
Is that what you guys want to do?
Yep.
Okay. So
We should wait a couple of days before we go, though.
that's fine. You guys can hang out here for a while if you want.
That way we all have all our level 10s back. Because we have to wait 3 days. We've already waited
Now, one thing that would be good, if we could somehow talk to Moat, like we can get him to make a radio device or a button to not restart that forge until we get there, so people don't know what's what. Like they don't know some shit start back up again.
Okay, so you want to leave a sending stone with Thyrasir? A cell phone with him?
Yeah.
So Thyrasir is happy to stay here. He built this place. This is one of his greatest achievements. So, yeah, he's fine staying here.
Darcy, one last thing before we go.
Hey,
If, for whatever reason, we need you to take over the vigil of this place, would you be willing to?
he stops and he thinks. He goes, Nay, I don't think I can.
So you'll think about it. Awesome.
No, I don't think I can.
Well, then think harder so you can. Alright, awesome. You agreed to it. Let's go, guys.
Nay, I'm no longer divine.
You're not a horse. Why are
And
you
isn't the
saying that?
visual already claimed by a living god?
Well, you guys,
Oh,
you guys
that's
have.
right.
Yeah, first of all, there's that,
fucking
but also-
Keldrak.
So Thyrasir is no longer divine. He brought back the human, like I said, incarnation of Modron. Modron, the divine part of Modron died. This is a dwarf, an old dwarf, and he'll die when his natural life cycle ends.
I can't believe we let a paladin slash wizard slash what other thing was he?
He was
Assassin
Rune-
slash
rune-
yeah,
bard
rune.
slash-
rune mage or something.
It was the most ridiculous build ever. Become a god. How does that happen?
It was the most worthless build. He couldn't do anything in any fights. I had to literally give him stuff to
Yeah.
make him relevant.
It was bad. He's like, what could give me the most like D6s on one attack and blow my loaded one? And it was just as strong as a slightly strong fireball on one creature.
He came into the game. I said, build your character sheet. I said, so what is it? He says, it's a multi-class paladin wizard. I'm like, what? Yeah, and it's a dwarf. Like, what? It was ridiculous. Anyway. Oh yeah, but he doesn't play Killdrack anymore. He played Alberic for a while. And then he went to Europe, and I never heard from him again.
You got that
The corona got him.
Got it good.
Dude.
Okay, so are you guys gonna spend 3 days here?
Well,
Sure.
hold on.
Well, they build me
we're
a
gonna
stick.
spend 3 days here. We might as well
You're robot mode, man. I can't understand anything you're saying.
While he's trying to get that going, I'm gonna ask him to build me the most epic grenade ever.
Grenade?
I want the biggest fucking portable bomb I can carry.
Holy hand grenade.
Times a lot.
Hey, Adis, before you get the motherboard and stuff like that, you should get better internet.
I can't. It is not possible, unfortunately. I wish.
Okay, Damos, roll D20.
I'll give him my inspiration.
Okay, alright. You can burn your inspiration.
Damn
Okay. Okay. So, Modron listens to you describe what you want him to make. Or, Thorus to you, listens to you, and he says, "Hey, I think I savvy what you are telling me. You want me to make? You want something that
Explain
will...
like that big fire glow ball, but better.
Yes, big fire global.
They go
And also...
boom,
Boom Boom, and also unlocks all doors.
boom, locks all doors, and also incinerates enemies. Sparkles.
Sparkles, enemies, doors. Okay. Yes. It will take me a couple of days to craft such a thing. So he gets to work.
What I was gonna say, Owen, if you think it's cool, if we're gonna go ahead and spend 3 days here, we could go ahead and spend a week so that we can get our boon back.
It's up to you guys. I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm just winging it. I just thought we were down here. I get a shitty grenade. It'd be funny at some point for RP.
Halfling missile that you never got to use.
Yes.
Okay. 2 days later. So this will be the third day, because he didn't start working on it right away. So on the third day, and you guys you have your 10th level spell slots back. Tharusir comes by and says, "Hey, Demos,
Yes.
I finished the project you asked me to work on. I think it'll work.
Oh, yes.
You see, I think it's a bit creative, but something that will, glowing ball unlock,
Yes.
incinerate enemies with sparkles, and he winks at you. Open all locks.
Yes.
He
I
winks at you.
understand exactly what you... Yes. They'll be devastated by its raw power.
He says, "Aye, I've crafted such a thing. It's glorious. One of my
Nice.
finest works."
It's amazing.
So
Is it called the Holy Pitch Grenade?
he hands this to you.
Oh,
Oh,
I can
nice.
see the power radiating off it. I can barely look at it without dancing.
So you can see clearly now?
He says, "Guaranteed to..." He winks at you. "Open locks."
Got it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those doors won't stand a chance.
You're finally going to be able to get into Owen's heart.
Hey, Deimos.
Gale
Yes.
missed all that.
I missed everything. What is this disco ball? Divine disco ball? What the fuck?
There's no
I-
what?
That's Deimos' holy hand grenade.
It's a grenade.
I tell Renly, well, Renly, it's obvious. You can tell by the way I walk, though I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
I'm just happy we didn't have any like puns or words about balls dropping and disco balls and other
I
stuff. So
I put my finger
works
up to your lips and go, shh, shh, shh. Music loud, women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born.
Renly, Deimos asked Tharasir to craft him a holy hand grenade that will
Well, it
incinerate
was
all enemies. So I said roll a d20. He rolled a natural 1. Then Elwin gave him his inspiration so he can roll again. He rolled an 8. So Deimos was trying to tell Tharasir that he wanted a ball that glows that will
a flashy ball.
yeah
Yes.
open all locks and destroy his enemies with sparkles. So that's so
To a
Tharasir.
gay disco lock. To a
Ma-
gay disco bar. Okay.
I don't know where the gay came from. How big is the disco ball?
It's an actual disco ball.
Okay, so it's pretty big.
I think they're what the size of like a They're bigger than a basketball, right?
Yeah. I
Oh
think so.
yeah,
But
they're like beach ball size.
Okay, they're like a
Okay,
beach
so-
ball.
All right,
we
I
can
clicked the
hang it from your horn. That's where I wanted to
I
put
actually-
it, like a Christmas
I,
ornament.
I clicked the shrink button on it, so it goes to Pokeball size.
Okay, so the only magical ability it has is it can go Pokeball size, and when you throw it, it will expand to full size and begin to spin.
Hell, fucking yeah.
Okay, that's all the magic it has.
No, that's exactly what I asked for. It's a shiny, bright thing that makes dances, open stores, whatever.
And if you shine another light in it, it gets brighter and refracts. Yay!
We'll find a use for this. It will be epic one day.
It'll be blinding one day.
Okay, so that's what you have, Deimos. Melwin is looking at it. He kind of pokes it a little bit. He says, Melwin -1. This creature, this thing? He says, what is? Melwin cannot stop looking at it. Melwin also is trying to find its interface port. And he pulls out his cylindrical
He's trying
interfacer.
to interface with it? What?
Where is interface port on this strange, bright, shining creature?
Melvin, on things like that, they like to play hard to get. You have to find your own port, create your own port.
Melwin. Yes, Melwin will think on this.
And I start showing him the staying alive dance with the arm.
Yeah.
This is how you seduce it.
He tries to copy it. He rolls a. So that's his dexterity check to try to copy your dance. It's not going so well. Okay. So make sure, Deimos, you have to. I didn't make an item. You have to.
I just wrote one in there.
All right, put it in your inventory to find disco ball. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
That's
Go
going
up
up.
the garbage chute.
Okay. So Tharasir has also been working on reversing in one of the garbage chutes. You guys spend a little bit of time traveling. He hooks you guys up to the conduit so that you're able to move quickly across all of Modereme, which is it's a large plane. I mean, you're traveling the span of like a whole country to get from the chipset to the edge. But you get there. He points you to the garbage chute. It's full of trash. It's all gunked up and nasty and stuff. But he's managed to create. He says, "I call it a garbage chute kinetic reverser." it's it's a big spring-loaded thing that just rockets you up the chute. I've
I
calculated it.
have doubts.
I've calculated it so that it will deploy exactly enough power to send you to the surface.
Modrin, you are the craziest son of a bitch, and I love it.
I'm already butt ass naked, so just put Mad Max paint on.
Let's fucking do it.
You don't need no paint. I point to the corners of the chute, which are like filthy and black. Comes as is.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
what type of trash was falling?
Oh,
Was it
it's
like
all-
scrap metal?
No, it's all kinds of trash. It's everything. It's literally everything a dumpster. But
At
the
least
robots.
it's not sewage.
Well, the robots here were super efficient at breaking down the materials and reusing them. So they're able to reuse everything.
Gotcha. Right before we launch off, I turn to Tharos here and I say, I just remembered. May the fourth be with you. Launch us off, Chewie.
Yes.
The inspiration for this was in New Hope when they go down the garbage chute to escape the stormtroopers.
Oh my god.
There's inspiration for this part here. He says, "Yes, I understand that one. Yes, would you like to go first? Now, I have not tested it yet, but I think it'll work."
I get on and I say, take me into hyperspace, Chewie.
He says, "Aye. Launching in 3, 2, 1." He flips a switch. You hear the thing crank a little bit and nothing happens. He looks down at it and he goes, "Fuck!" And he flips open a panel, tinkers with some things, kicks the side of the contraption, and finally just headbutts the whole thing, and then you launch off. Okay, so Elwyn, you get the rest of you guys. You see Elwyn looking at this garbage chute, and it's a pretty large garbage chute. It's probably the size of a tunnel that you would drive a car through. But it's all filled with gunk and crap and garbage, the nastiest, worst things you can imagine. And Elwyn just gets rocketed into it.
You're my brother.
Can
Send
I
me after
open
him.
can I open my wings to kind of not slow me down but kind of navigate, like kind of shift so I can propel myself left and right, forward, backward, like as I'm going up to all video game this.
Sure,
Like to miss the garbage.
sure. So roll me 3 dexterity checks. You're taking loads of it in the face.
Just like I planned.
But you do manage to avoid some particularly nasty things. But the first one, I mean, you go full on into a pile of. So, did you know that in London, they have a huge sewer problem because their sewers are like 900 years old. But they have whole teams that have to go into the sewers to fish out these blobs of
Oh, fat.
fat and baby
Yep.
wipes.
Yep.
It's like congealed
Yep,
fat
yep.
and baby wipes.
That happens in America too, if I recall. There were certain areas.
So, baby wipes that people have flushed down the toilet, and
You know
like
what?
chicken and like kitchen fat.
It's like, yes, dear, I dealt with the diaper.
On the bright side, I'm not gonna run into any toothpaste or toothbrushes if this is London.
Yeah.
So, Owen, that's what you go smack face into, such a blob just like that, and then the rest of the way you're able to mostly evade and avoid things. You still get really filthy, right? And you get bits of baby wipe in your mouth and stuff, but You make it through. All right, who's next?
I got it. I gotta go save him.
Okay. Thyros puts you on there, and he says, he thinks for a second, he says, "Hi, how much do you weigh?"
It's a good question. I have no answer. Give me the full power. Deimos ain't no bitch.
He pauses for a second, he says, "Come to think of it, I did not make this thing with variable powers. I kind of made it to..."
Excellent.
He says, "I didn't consider the fact that you all weigh different amounts." He says, "Oh well, fuck it." And he pushes the button.
And I flex my glutes as hard as freaking possible. Propel myself as fast as I can with my glutes.
Okay.
Because that's how flying works.
All right, you blast off and you go up the garbage chute. So, Deimos, are you flying? Do you have flying powers?
I technically do, but I don't think I do.
I could just put.
I just jump.
Tether, dude, if you want.
Yeah,
Get you up here.
I can fly, but but yeah.
I think you can fly, can't you?
Yeah, I can fly, yeah.
Okay, so roll 3 dexterity checks.
I want to go my dexterity checks to go the quickest way to get to Ellen.
Okay, all right. You avoid the massive blob of fat and baby wipes. Okay, but you smash into the hairball, the huge hairball, and then you get you take it in the face with a I don't know, what's something gross.
Been there, done that.
Like
Pubes. A big ball of pubes.
That's it. Where's Adis's mom at?
the pube hairball, and then you slam into
A
like
dead goldfish that somebody flushed.
there you go. A divine goldfish that's just rotting and stuck in a corner, and you bust through it. Okay. Who's up next?
Now, does this go better if we weigh more or weigh less?
Tarusir, he's sitting there. He's scratching his chin. He goes, "Well, I don't quite know."
You haven't figured out the thermodynamics of this? What good are you?
He says, "I'm not a mathematician. I do things like it's more like an art form."
Okay, would it help if I'm an air elemental, or would it help me if I'm just a giant boulder?
He says, "Well, the heavier thing should be launched farther, right?"
Right? Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, I'll be a boulder. So I think my dex is -5. I will be an earth elemental.
You're a
Okay.
cannonball right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. I like rolled into a ball, of earth elemental, and I'm going. Oh, this is gonna be great. So whatever the stats of an earth elemental are. Oy.
Can you make yourself like into a rocket shape as an earth elemental? So you can be aerodynamic with a pointy end that you just cut through everything that
I'm
you
gonna
hit?
I'm a little teacup it and just, move my hands to the top of my head in a sort of like arrow shape. And so yeah, I'm sort of got a pointy end.
Okay.
This
Okay.
will work great.
You
You're
sit
a
on there.
phallic shaped elemental.
Arrow
Um,
shape. Yes, that would be accurate. Yes.
Phallic.
It's a short,
And now,
a short and stubby phallic, but still phallic.
okay, I have a -1 in dex. Okay, so this is not too hard to fix.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
You blast through. Roll 3 dexterity checks. Ooh.
Do I pulverize something?
Keep going. Oh, okay. So, as a big rock, you actually pinball down the way, bam, 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 slamming into the edges of of the chute. You blast right through the middle of the baby fat blob, or the baby wipes and fat blob, and just like splatter it all over the place. And but you're spinning and smashing into things so much that it's just like it's all just slipping off of you. As you hit the yep, it's true. I mean, you hit everything, Renly, but it's all blasting off of you because you're moving so quickly, and the rock.
I'm rolling
form,
with it.
Yeah, the rock form is pretty slick, so it's just slipping off of you. You hit the huge rotten goldfish, and splatter its head open, and yep, you make it through.
Alright, and now at this point, because of all the rolls, what is my thing? Okay, so I have a +5. I am totally gonna see if I'm hurling right as I
Okay.
come back to my.
Yeah, roll that.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're
I
okay.
guess. Okay, cool.
Okay, Adis, you're up.
Alright. So I step up on it, and I'm going to use my polymorphy ability that I got a long time ago that I haven't been able to find a creative way to use it yet. And I will turn into my spiffy sword for this ride.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So
that's
how
right.
I'll go.
That's right. You you go up as your short sword form.
Yep.
Form of a
That's my
short sword.
short sword for you.
Okay.
Do I still need to roll, or?
No, you're an inanimate object.
Okay.
You can't even move. He puts you on there, and he blasts you up the chute. You ricochet off walls and cut through things and spin and spiral and flip around. But you don't have to roll anything. Tempest gets blasted up there likewise. How does he do? He does fine. he ninja
Like,
evades
somewhat
everything.
fine.
Yeah, evades everything. He comes out with maybe a smudge on his face.
4-point landing.
Okay. On the other end, you guys surge out of the trash chute and land smack dab in basically the landfill of the gods. It hasn't been used in a while, so any organic matter is rotted away. So you just see like just piles of heaps and stuff like that. It has, you can tell that there would have been processes to like shove it down the hole, but those stopped obviously during the war. Okay. Well, sure, why not? All right. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a character here, but let's put a character here.
I'll take some time to what's that spell called?
Prestidigit something.
Yeah, that's it. All of us.
Prestidigitate.
Mm-hmm.
Presto, yes.
All right. So you guys are in this trash heap. There is, like I said, a lot of organic, compostable materials have rotted away, but there's still lots of funguses and garbage, and you even see vestiges of warfare, corpses and skeletons and bodies and stuff all over the place. A lot mixed in with the trash. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It doesn't smell great. So, let's see who rolled. Let me see how your rolls were. Elwyn, you made it through pretty well. You're cleaning yourself off. Deimos, you did well in the beginning, but then just sort of mediocre towards the middle. You come out and you've got you bashed your head on several things, and you'll take during the ride that much damage. 22 points of damage from bashing your head on different things along the way. Renly, in boulder form, you come out clean as a whistle. perfectly.
Woohoo!
And um, Adis, you were a sword. You got stuck in the goldfish, but on his way through, Tempest saw you and grabbed you. So he comes out holding you in sword form.
Sweet.
Okay.
I get a free ride. I'll stay in it for the time being.
All right, let me work on this one thing real quick.
It's actually really cool to have an at will like polymorph ability, even if it is just turning into a sword and out of a sword. It can be so damn useful. Like in a split second, I'm just a sword leaning against the wall, ain't nobody the wiser.
I forgot totally why I gave you that. It was one of the angels on the first plane, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to be something awesome, so you became a sword.
That's right.
I tried to get her to teach me like a polymorph form or something, and she's like, "Here, you can turn into a sword." Apparently, my request wasn't BDSM enough for her.
I'm looking up something. Where is it? That's right. Okay, hold on. Okay. We'll use this guy. So, you enter the trash heap. You and go. Feel free to think of it as like the trash heap that Luke and Han and Leia fall into. It looks a lot like that, except bigger. Sort of,
Tentacle monster in it.
it's also fairly dark. But as you guys settle in, you sense that something is there with you. You're not alone in this trash heap.
Here.
What do you guys want to do?
I'll yell through my elemental senses, in earth form, going hello, and try to have it like ricochet or like vibrate through all the trash to see if there's anything like around. And wants to
Okay.
say hi.
Okay. As you do that, you hear a voice call back, or just kind of mutter through the darkness. Says, "Dash it all! You come here and disturb my rest and make a racket in the process.
Yes.
Have you no consideration? No
Did
manners."
you want to eat?
First off, you didn't have a sign or a do not disturb sign.
We can make you one.
The voice says, "This is such a drag. I suppose I'll have to deal with you. And I thought I'd gotten here and would be able to avoid having to do anything."
Yes, you don't have to do anything. We can just keep going.
Yeah, you can chill.
Wait, who are you?
Yeah.
Because we're probably on the same side.
Says, "Nah, you don't smell the part. You smell like do-gooders. You smell like..."
Oh, yes.
Have you met him? And I point towards Adis. I mean, he's got the smell of hell on him.
Like the best hell man you can find around.
The voice says, "Nah. There's true creatures of hell, and there's wannabes.
Oh,
Oh,
sir,
damn.
let me tell you something. When his mom finds out what you just said, let me tell you what, I bet you taste better than a Hell Twinkie.
The voice, you hear something shifting and moving around, and the light kind of changes in the room, and this is what you see off in the corner. Such a bother to have to deal with you lot. The demonish
shit.
creature kind of stands up on these reverse kind of jointed legs. Its hands dripping down to webbings where a skeleton animates and moves in front of it. Hey, I'd hidden here, you see, when Big Red was launching his invasion. Brought us all with him, he said. We had to come, he said. Well, I didn't really want to get my hands dirty, so I found a way to disappear. Been sitting here, minding my own business, when you lot came. And now you'll probably go all heroic, changing things, get all sorts of attention here. And as that happens, people will no doubt find out that I've been here this whole time. So you understand. You understand,
Join the
certainly.
winning side.
Winning side? What winning side?
We're the winning side. And the best part, if we win, which we will, it just means if you want to go in a trap heap and just sit there, we can arrange it. The biggest trap heap you could ever find. So much shit, you could even wade through it if you tried.
You little flesh heaps at the winning side?
Yes. Okay, how about this? If I break all of your arms and shit off, will you do whatever we say and just follow us and become a good boy?
Our backpack. He needs another backpack.
I could use the backpack.
Especially if he breaks the arms and legs.
Yes.
It says,
We already took out that whatever man your magic boy. It's only a matter of time. We're taking down your big shots one at a time. It's honestly a pain, but we're doing it.
I don't know a thing of what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
Oh yes, okay. That's fine. Alright, let's just make an agreement. If we break you apart, you will become a good person because you decided to be on the winning side, which is us.
You don't understand. I am a lord of the abyss.
Okay.
I have a
do you know
reputation
how
to
many times
uphold.
we've heard that? Do you know how many lords of the abyss we had to go against so far? Like honestly, you guys are slightly annoying.
Have you not been listening? I've been here
Yes.
the whole time. Of course I've not heard.
Okay. Let's go up to the top and we can go talk about it. If you're the Lord of the Abyss, why can't you become a Lord of the New Abyss? Or make the Abyss great again, but just a little bit less shitty.
Creature looks around.
Or more shitty. It's up to you.
Or more. Or we could just take you to a different plane. You do great in the Beastlands. Beasts that big make tons of poop. You'd love it.
There is a rather low amount of shit here compared to what I'm used to.
The amount of shit you could get, and I don't want to brag or anything, but I do have the sign of the shit keeper.
As I hold up the roll of toilet paper.
Can I, Midas, for some
Yeah.
comedic effect and not like combat, Could I, as a sword, cast True Polymorph on his skeleton and turn it into COVID-19 since COVID-19 is such a weak ass bitch?
No, you're a sword, and also that form is you're the only one who can turn into it.
Oh, okay. I will come out of the sword and turn it and simultaneously turn into COVID and grab the toilet paper from Deimos and be like, "Hey, thanks for giving that back to me."
If he touches my toilet paper and I see COVID, I will use my 10th level spell to erase him from existence.
But you know it's me, so
Nope,
you're
it's
good.
my fucking toilet paper, you son of a bitch.
Okay, fine. I will turn into COVID and say that I gave it to you as a present.
Don't fucking touch my TP.
Okay, so the creature just casually just glances over you as this happens, and he's fuck. He kind of like turns his head and just nods and just like shakes his head in exasperation. You brought this fucker with you.
Just a couple of them.
Why?
We have a lot of guys. Oh, wait.
The most
Do you know who
annoying
the
neighbor I've ever
Barger
had.
is? Do you know who that guy is?
Yes, we had my plane in the abyss was next to his. Just the most annoying fucker. Always talking about how great he was, how many people he'd kill, how he'd destroy the whole world. Like, he's always talking about like pissing down people's throats or something stupid.
And you don't want to one-up him by joining us and just being the better neighbor?
No, you don't
You will
understand.
let him win?
I am all about not doing anything.
That's
That's
the
what
best.
I do. Nothing.
It's the best thing you can do with us. Why do anything when we can literally give you a bigger pile of nothing?
I mean, I'm kind of obligated to kill you while you're here in my.
Obligated? I didn't know that there was people making you do stuff. The only thing us, the winning side, would do was make you be able to be lazier if you wanted to. But I guess if you want to just be ruled and told to do stuff all the time, I guess we could do bad stuff to you. But I mean, personally, I don't want to.
Not gonna lie.
Join the Free Demons movement.
We're gonna fuck him up. It's gonna be hilarious.
Not
Can I
gonna
use,
lie.
like, a
Your arguments are shit to me, but I happen to like shit. And the most important thing you've mentioned so far, just in all the things you've said, is that object you're holding in your hand. That is intriguing to me.
Yes, it is. Once I get to the top of the mountain, I may give you 4 entire sheets. Don't tell anyone else. You're not gonna get this, dear. Only Deimos is giving this out to you right now.
You see the wheels turning. I mean, it sounds good, but
It's
I mean,
too good, actually.
I should just kill you.
But if you do that, I would have to carry a part of you around, and it would just be annoying.
What if we give you a sample?
I will rip off
Keep
the
talking.
tiniest
No,
piece
no,
of the
no, no,
corner.
no, Deimos. I will pull some, just random inanimate object out of my pocket and turn it into a roll of toilet paper. Object to object, true polymer.
So you turn to roll toilet paper.
No,
Okay.
I'm turning like a rock or something, like some useless object into a roll of toilet paper.
He
And
looks
toss
at
it to him.
He looks at it, kind of squeezes it, says, "Is this the real thing? I saw what you did
Thing.
there." He's kind of looking at it, peels off
it's real.
a layer,
Don't
He's-
question my mojo, bro.
sniffs it a little bit, says, "I don't know. Feels rather thin. Not sure I would even want.
Is it?
Not sure I'd even
Teach
want to
him a
wipe
trick.
shit with it."
All right, I will make it thicker.
Want to spread the shit with it.
I will make it 4
Spread
ply.
it.
I will make it 4
Share
ply.
it.
I'll make it 4 ply.
with sandpaper on it to really get in those grooves.
He says, "Okay, here's the deal. I kind of forget about killing you. And you leave, of course. But this one here," points at you, Adis, "has to stay and make me more of this."
Deal. Because I know Adis will be following behind us at some point.
Right, we're gonna go back to a different deal. We're just gonna break you, and then we break you, and you have to do as we say. But we'll let you keep your level of the abyss. Why not? You didn't want to be here anyways, right?
You know, it just occurred to me, Deimos, since we're like slaughtering all the other lords of the abyss, and I'll turn into oh, I think this dude's way too big. Were there any other actual demons that I killed? Was Malabolgia a demon?
Yes.
Turn into Malab.
He was actually a devil. He was a lord of hell.
I guess we haven't killed any demons. At least not
Technically,
one
that
I've learned
outranks
their forms. Well, Riggith, the one dude you ripped his mouth open, is too big to turn into in here.
Malabulge is a devil, and you know that demons and devils don't get along.
But I tell you what, see, we're kind of like stomping a mud hole in all your friends as we climb up this ridiculously tall, annoying mountain. And we ever tell you, then when we're all said done, the only one left will the abyss. So
Yes.
you can
We're
take
gonna
that
do
and
to you.
die here, and I
Yeah,
will
we're
pull
gonna do to
out.
you what
I will
Discord did
pull
to his
out.
voice.
I will pull out the dagger and I will say, "We want to only kill you with this nifty both of mine will make you cease to exist." So I suggest you think really long and hard about what the next.
He says-
I
He
tell
says-
him, I tell
The creature
I tell him,
says,
bro, I don't know what he said either.
the creature
I tell him that I-
says, "I see his mouth moving, but all I hear is blah 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 blah
And,
blah blah."
and
Oh,
that's
God
what
damn it.
we're gonna do to you.
God
If
damn
you
it!
don't
I
do
talked
what
too long,
we
so I caused
say.
it to robot. I basically told him that when it's all said and done, he's gonna be the only one left in the abyss, and that he can either take that and live, and I pull out the dagger, and I say, or we can kill you now and not just kill you, erase you from existence.
So boring. So
Fine.
boring.
Yeah,
Let's
if
beat him
you
up.
had had to fight COVID-19, you wouldn't want to fight again yet either. So, that dude, I agree with you. Total annoying fuckwad, and just so you know, he no longer exists. You'll never have him as a neighbor again. You can
I'll
thank us
tell
for
you
that.
what I want. And if I get it, then maybe I won't kill you.
You mean?
I kind of want to just stay here. I like this place. I like heaven. And I know that things are gonna happen. I know that Asmodeus is going to go through with his plan, and then things are going to change, and yes. Or you're going to continue to fight your way up the mountain, and I don't know what happens. Maybe things change. I don't care. Really, 2 shits is far too much for me to give. I enjoy my shits. Really. I don't want to give them about any of this stuff. I just kind of like it here. So
Tell you
what I
what.
would say is you don't say to anybody that I am here. And if anyone finds out that I am here, you'll help kind of just make it go away.
True.
If you can stay here and stay out of trouble and not bother anyone else who lives in this plane, I think we could come to that kind of an arrangement.
I literally skipped out on the whole war. Just because
I think that earns him a pass, guys. I mean, if he didn't participate in the
True.
war, he's technically not a war criminal. So
It's
You're
true.
the shit in my books.
I mean,
Yes.
every plane needs someone to take care of the shit.
I wish. Is it possible to try to use my ability of the whatever spheres, which I've never used yet before, with the fifth whatever of a spark, to try to cleanse this man's soul and turn him into the archangel of shit, the lord of
The
shit,
keeper, the keeper of
the
shit.
keeper of shit.
I mean, if he's in heaven.
Yeah, I mean, you gonna do it? You gonna burn it?
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna fucking do it. I haven't used my fucking thing yet. I'm gonna obviously there's stuff like this.
Midas.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast a wish, and to like I don't know, help him with it in some way.
Okay. So Deimos, roll me a d20. If Adis is helping with his wish, you can have advantage.
Okay,
oh,
good.
oh,
Yep.
clutch.
Damn.
All right. Roll me your music of the spheres.
Alright, so I'm rolling the D-
your spark, your D5 spark.
So I'm rolling the D6. So okay, so 5.
So it helps that he's willing. You guys deploy a ton of magical, arcane, and awakened power, right? And
Yeah, base 25 is a great roll. Let me roll again.
I should have used the wish to. Oh, I
But
guess
if
it would've
I-
been the same way. Never mind.
If I use my my bubble to just surround him in it, so I can like really pump it into him, like, so there's no lost energy. Like, it
no
gives
lost
me
energy.
a bonus.
Makes sense
Okay.
to me.
Flashes of light, blue spirals of energy. You can feel the essence of reality just shaping and changing underneath your hands, and as you can hear the harmony of the cosmos reverberating all around you as the spheres orbit each other. The harmonic value of it all just kind of flowing through this area. You grab it, manipulate it, bend it into place, and work a bunch of stuff in and around him. When it's all said and done, he is exactly the same. But he is now. I mean, so you're finished, and he says, "Okay, so I can stay, right?"
I'm gonna go with a strong yes.
Betcha.
Sounds good to
Yep.
me.
Do I notice little tiny white wings covered in shit on his back?
You need to remember to stay out of trouble because the dude up on top of this mountain here is a quite dangerous ass. So if you go fucking with his peeps, he might come down here and pick it up.
I asked Melvin to translate his robot language.
This is why you don't want him around.
Melwin says, Melwin heard. Fuck. Peeps. Ass.
I like your hearing filter.
3 of my favorite words, Melvin.
What do words as such mean? Melwin -1.
Well, Elwin +1. Those are words that mean you can use them to make things better, make other words you say better. Like, for example, fuck, I love that shit. It's like really great that you love whatever you're talking about. I'll teach you later.
Yes.
Make words better. Like superlatives. Like... Wow. Melwin -1. I fuck you. You are so great to me, ass peeps.
Perfect. That is spot on 100%.
We gotta work on it, Melvin.
Oh shit, dude! I don't know why this reminded me of this, but like yesterday night, like, some of my friends came over for some dumbers. We were burning a bunch of bonfire crap,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them, he's a cop, so obviously he has a taser, like the cop taser, like the gun thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I thought I was all high and mighty and I could get through it. Wrong.
You let him tase you?
Fuck yeah, dude! I just started yelling out "donkey dicks." I was just yelling out "motherfucking donkey dicks."
Did you drop? Did you fall?
No, actually, I was good.
Oh wow.
Shit sucks though.
Jeez, I imagine.
I'd be a terrible criminal.
Man. Okay. So, Melwin, one of Melwin's goals now is to learn how to properly use those words. Okay. So this fiend, his name is Zugdmoy, is going to stay here in the trash heap, and he also is now an angel of the trash heap and
Yes.
shit.
I'm gonna tell him
He
that as a part of the
belongs.
deal, he has to
You
let me try to
belong
learn his
here.
form.
He says he stops and he says, "No, you're gross. Don't touch me."
Yeah, disgusting.
Cover myself in shit and just keep walking away.
See you later, trash man.
Okay. So, you exit. You guys climb out of the trash heap, and you begin to look out at Solaria. Now, the good news is I know what this looks like. The sad news is I couldn't find any pictures that would match it, so I don't have a picture for Solaria, the surface world. But imagine a massive mountain. The whole plain is a mountain with various terraced levels and that span the whole way up. At the very top of the mountain is a shining point where a beautiful structure exists. Now, that is what it used to look like. The whole mountain instead has been razed. All the buildings and civilizations, the towns and structures that Modron spoke of down below have been destroyed, crumbled into dust. You can see remnants of buildings and you can tell there used to be a glorious, beautiful, huge plain full of creatures and life and vitality. But now it's sand and ash. The sky is bright and golden, and you can imagine how it would have looked on a lush and beautiful world. But now all of the brightness of the sky that the light of the sky does is illuminates what was lost. The devastation on this plain is complete and total. But there are a few things that you notice. One, walking around. So let me just kind of draw this. So I mean, if the mountain goes up like that, like a mountain, right? So there's a structure at the top. Okay, and all along the way up, there are different terraces, and cities, and like I said, worlds that were existed on the way up the mountain. Those have all been razed and trashed. But two things, you see a massive two massive creatures walking the mountain. You guys are like down here-ish in one of the trash heaps. Okay, so you're fairly far away, so you can look up the mountain and you can see well enough that you see these massive things just walking around. They're the size of, you know, a city themselves. This is one of them. And this is the other one. Okay. The two titans. Up in the sky, circling the mountain, is Bahamut, flying in the air. A long tether stretching down from the sky, attached to the top of the mountain. He's really far away. He's really high up. You can't really see much detail, but just his imposing presence, and as he moves through the air, the way that the light and the the clouds and the air itself ripples around him. You can tell this is a being of immense power. And he's just circling.
Frank, what the hell are you doing, man?
What's this link you say? Why did you link Danny DeVito?
He's the trash man.
Oh. Okay. So that's what you see. Those three things.
Fuck.
Elwin, teleport! And I point to Bahamut.
I tried to bring my magical energies together, and I really doubt that I have the ability to teleport other than 2 vigils. So I'll expend a 7th level to try to do it. I really doubt it'll
Where
happen.
are you trying to teleport?
To the top of the mountain because there's a vigil there, right? Right?
A vigil that he's not been attuned to yet. Elwin, roll
God
He's
damn it.
in tune with Bahamut.
roll a d20. Okay. Are you bringing yourself
Oh
or
my god.
are you bringing everybody?
Her body.
Okay. You manage, as you've been practicing a lot, and you've gotten a little bit used to the way magic interacts here, especially teleportation on this plane. Well, in Mount Celestia itself, you can't get all the way to the top, but you manage to jolt you and your guys forward. It's a disorienting and almost violent process as you guys rip forward and appear a third of the way up the mountain. So here, you guys are where the box is. Okay. From here, though, you have a better vantage point of seeing things. You can see that the mountain itself was ravaged with warfare, but that there are also huge, sweeping, burned, charred marks through the whole thing. And it can, like, huge gashes across the mountain, where dragon claw and flame have been tearing it apart. You can also see that around Bahamut, as he's flying in the air, now that you're closer, you can make out a little bit more detail. So, Bahamut, in all his power, it is not himself. There are creatures, not creatures, but there's like these wisps, dragon-like wisps circling him, around him. So let's see here, do that. Okay. So, Bahamut, power itself, power incarnate. But all around him, dozens of these things, circling him, orbiting him, swirling in and around his wings and his arms. Okay, and Bahamut does not look well. There is a mania, a rage in his eyes. He looks wild, and the only reason he's circling the mountain is because he's tethered to it. Occasionally, he sweeps by and lets loose a blast of pure flame, and scorches a part of the mountain, and then we'll dip back up into the sky. He's roaming, almost like hunting, looking for anything to extinguish. He does ignore the Titans, but you get the feeling that if he were to see you or sense you in any way, that you would instantly become the object of his wrath. All right.
The Titans haven't noticed this either, right?
They have not.
And like approximately, like this is like another thing like where it's like almost like a couple worlds in size. Like this mountain, or how big is this mountain?
Huge. These levels of Celestia are planes in and of themselves. So, the mountain is the size of a planet, and
Good.
yeah. Okay. I mean, the circle I drew for the Titans are not to scale, and the way things appear. I mean, physics work weird here. So the fact that you're able to see crystal clear is a testament to the way light refracts, and how Solaria works. So you guys can see the majority of the plane from where you are, and also acknowledge its vastness.
You guys think we should test out one of these big boys?
Why the fuck not? Find out what they're doing or what it's for.
Okay.
Do we see the forge
Can I-
anywhere? Or
can
do
I
we know
roll
where the
a-
forge is?
Oh wait, it's at the top.
No, the forge was on the cloudy plain, the map of the mountain.
What?
Remember we did the whole location thingy of the plane of the forge, I believe, or was it Bahamut? Now I'm not sure.
I don't remember what we did before. Let's just say it's here.
I could check to see if I recognize these two.
If you recognize these creatures,
Yeah, from like historic or religious study or historical study.
sure, roll history. Yeah, Renly, at one point I might have said the forgers were somewhere else, but we'll retcon that and say that it's here on this plane.
Just for fun, Midas, I'm gonna spark that with this.
Okay.
So that's a 96.
These titans are part of Solaria itself. Solaria was known as a world of many worlds. There were cities and lands, huge variety. It was massively populated. Almost every square foot of Solaria was settled. It wasn't like a world where, with occasional cities here and there. No, the whole thing was settled, and there were individual cities, but they all were like connected. And the world had taken on it had become such an integral part of Solaria that the identities of these cities became quite strong, and the gods imbued some of the cities with power and identity themselves. So these titans are actually roaming cities.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Dope.
So you can see on Rathmus's back, Titan Rathmus's back, there is actually a city on his back.
I noticed, yeah.
So, they're the size of cities, but they also entrusted them to be defenders and do the will of the gods. The fact that there are only 2 of them left speaks to the total devastation of Solaria, the extent of the devastation. Because when there originally would have been dozens of them. So you're not sure exactly what happened here, why the place is such a mess, why Bahamut is still alive, and why he's in the condition that he's in. There are no demons around other than the one that you saw hiding in the trash heap.
But there's no demon there anymore. Dun, dun, dun.
Correct. He's been rechristened an archangel / demon.
Yeah. Work on that later. Fuck, do you think we should try to get to like one of these, I mean, it might take a while, but try to get to like one of these little towns or cities. Try to figure out what the fuck's going on, because there's got to be people like living in them.
One would hope. How do they do with strangers though? Because it seems, I point towards the giant rock we're on, like they're not too happy with any right now.
Yeah, but we might find someone that knows how this started, and maybe we can get some clues on how to stop it.
That is true.
There's got to be a reason why at least these 2, like, I'm sure they're incredibly powerful. They probably would have lost a lot of guys trying to take down one of these things, but there could be a couple bigger honchos in each one of these things.
Okay. So what's your plan? To go to one of these titans?
Sounds reasonable. Like
That's where we can start.
So
Okay.
we can see other cool shit.
Which one are you choosing? Or the one closest to you guys?
Which one is that?
That is Rathmus. So on the map here, on my parchment map, I've been looking for the whole time you guys have been Modereme every week that we'd play. I'd go on Google for a little while and look for like a map or something that could fit this massive mountain. I haven't been able to find anything. So I sketched it out on parchment paper. The one that's closest to you, so if you guys are the square, the circle that's closest is Rathmus.
So not the fiery Triceratops. Okay.
Correct.
The other one. Okay, sounds good. You can
I'm good
compare
with that.
shoulders, Amos.
Okay, so how are
I
you
mean,
getting
he
there?
does have a city on his shoulder, so we might have to. We might find someone there.
Underground, overground, flight. What do you want to do?
Well, we should probably stay low just because we don't want to get Bahamut blown up.
Can we tell how far that leash goes? Like, would it get to the bottom third of the mountain or the second third?
Yeah. He can cover the whole mountain.
Oh, wow. I vote underground.
Is there a way to get underground?
I mean, if it rock, I'm starting to dig.
Ask
and
your
dig.
friend, Owen.
I don't think Melwin's come up here. Melwin, have you been up here?
Melon looks around and says, "This place is the most ass of any place Melon has ever experienced. Its massive slobbering dong is truly wonderful. Melon feels so fucky."
All of that was
You're doing
perfect.
great. Yes, you're doing great. I see as I try to swim through the earth.
So, Renly, I think you missed the part where Melon heard curse words and was trying to figure out how to use them.
It sounds wonderful. Like, good Good job raising him, Elwin. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
Major props. Kudos. Yeah.
I'm such a good dad.
Melwin has not seen this place before. But Melwin knows that Modereme occupies most of the inner of Solaria. So there is ways to go beneath the surface, for certain.
And where would be the nearest path be? Or how would we do that?
Melwin would suggest engineering a drill or getting Modrons that are specialized in drilling and having them work on it. Time for
How
completion.
about a purple worm?
Melwin is unfamiliar with such things, but they sound really fucky.
They really are.
I could
I'm-
turn him into a purple worm.
You do not touch Melvin.
I don't have to touch him.
Warning
do.
stands.
That's the beauty. I don't have to touch him. Hey, Elwin or Midas, what's the CR of a purple worm?
Hmm. 15.
What about the land shark?
The bullet is less.
Five.
I need 5. What size is it?
They're pretty big.
Large, right? Pretty huge.
You're also breaking up again. Bullet is 5, and they are large. They're just large. They're not huge.
Melvin, is there any way that there's a access point semi-close to this area?
Elwin, could you cut me a 10 by 10 chunk of stone out of this mountain?
We still can't understand you, man. So, Deimos, Melwin says, searching for access point. Fuck tits. Yes, I found one.
Diddly diddly balls. Where is it at?
Says, nor by northeast, about 12 parsecs.
Acceptable. Now convert into miles.
Calculating. 947.28.
Holy fuck,
1,000
guys.
miles. Okay.
That's like from El Paso to San Antonio.
On the mountain, though, it's like next square up.
I know we haven't had to deal with this, but do we have enough food and water to get there?
I have good berries.
Oh,
I have a stone if I don't have to eat. Or
I
drink.
have like really big loots.
Elwin, if you can cut me 2 10 by 10 stones, I can make us a couple of land sharks to dig us a hole.
the access point is 900 and some miles that way.
Yeah.
Did you want to teleport blindly over that way? It worked the first time. I'm sure it'll work the second time.
So yeah, so this is huge distances. Every one of these blocks, it's not 5 feet. It's 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
So-
you just need to get 1,000 miles. It's fine. You did so much more. See, I believe in you, Elwin.
He also rolled a natural 20.
You know, right? I don't know that.
It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do.
Is it like a woody? We're still like in the woods and stuff, or like what type of terrain are we in?
Oh, it's completely barren. It's like, it, here, look at the back of Titan Rathmus's picture. It's
Okay.
barren rock. It used to be like a lush, sprawling, beautiful place, but it's been scorched.
I feel like I'd be okay with purple worming through it. So I'm gonna turn into a purple worm and try to burrow through.
Okay. So are you taking the rest of the guys with you?
Mhm.
All right. Let's do some calculations here.
Feel free to haste me, guys, or it'll take a very long time.
Purple worm burrows at 30 feet.
Yep. So that's 5,280 feet into 950.
Yeah. 5,280 times 950 miles. 5 million feet. Divided by 30.
Or if you're dashing.
And how many turns? Yes, I'll be dashing, so divide by 6.
Okay.
Divided by 10.
Divided by 30. Divided by
Divided
60.
by...
That's how many turns it would take.
So it'll take 139 hours.
Divided by... So that's
We're going as fast as a plane.
Is that right?
It'll take me like 6 days.
Sure. I got lost in my math. Shit.
In Google, I trust.
Okay. Alright, is that what you guys want to do? Or do you have does anyone else have any ideas of how to travel huge distances?
I mean, we can wind walk it, but I don't want to be above ground. That was my main issue.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how buff does this thing look?
The Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Oh, it's-
actually comparing shoulders now before you meet it?
Oh, it's huge. It's massive. It's
So not as buff as Deimos, got it.
What you say? Oh no. And Demos starts wiggling.
it's miles and miles and miles tall.
All right. Damos is gonna close his eyes, and he's gonna grab the air and rip it. But while he's doing this, I'm doing this the entire way down to get to this. Well, we're inside the purple worm, so Damos believes he's actually ripping and tearing space and time to get there.
For 6 days, you're
We're
tearing
getting
and ripping.
closer each day.
It's a solid workout. It's like, one of those marathon workout sessions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys on the purple worm. You take the next 6 days to travel to the northeast square, where Melon points out an access tunnel. And he's able to hack into it and find that there are conduit lines inside Modereme that span large portions of this place. Some calculations in order, and he can get you fairly close to the Titan via conduit, which travels much faster than Purple Worm.
Huzzah!
But we're still talking, all said and done, for you guys to move from where you were, go up here, and then go up to here. It takes a couple weeks.
Hey, Midas.
Yep.
If we went purple worm at 8 hours a day, it would have took 60 days.
Okay.
Oh yeah, best time. Oops. So months and months later.
Dude, we're traveling a massive world. We're going fast as fuck, bros.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
by the time we emerge, the Titan is on the other side of the mountain.
that's exactly what's gonna happen for sure. Because
So
Titus
for
is just that
us,
way.
we're traveling so fast that for us it was months, but in real time, it was years.
And in extra planar time, it was like a couple of minutes.
Millennia.
No, just a couple of minutes in our time.
You're not sure how time passes on the mortal world now. The veil being torn changed a lot of things. So, all right. You guys emerge some undetermined amount of time later. It could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months. We're not sure.
Timey-wiminess.
It's like being in quarantine. Like, does anyone really know how long we've been quarantining? It feels like forever. But it could have been last week. I don't know. The days kind of all blur together.
I actually have to check my schedule daily because I don't know what fucking day it is, and I don't know what time
Oh
I'm
god.
I'm the same way. I'm like, what day is this? Oh man.
It's been going on for 6 months now.
6 months. That's a long time.
Yeah, because it started in November.
No, the quarantine started in March.
No, I mean the whole coronavirus shit started in November. Like that's when it first started popping up. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Quarantine, I think, is
I
just.
have a before March and an after March. They are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quarantine has been under 2
popping
months.
up. Yeah, it started popping up in America in February, I think, right?
I'm gonna have a quarantine birthday.
Oh really?
Ooh, get all the
Well,
alcohol you
Friday,
can.
right?
CBD.
I've been drinking a lot during quarantine.
Hell
That
yeah.
is, I think, the one
Oh my
essential
God.
thing. Yes.
My mom went to the grocery store the other day, and she literally brought home like 30 fucking bottles of wine.
Holy crap.
I was like, good god damn.
Not enough wine.
Are you guys running out of meat in your grocery stores?
No.
We have
I
too
don't
much of
know if we are, but we went and bought a one of those like top lid freezers and just filled it up with meat like a month ago.
That's
You're
smart.
one of those
Wow.
people.
it.
Nah, we're good here. We ran out of eggs for a little bit, but now it's back.
Mhm.
It was like $7 for like a carton of eggs at one point.
Wow.
Mhm.
Flour apparently is becoming something that's a rarity. I was seeing in the news in some places. People
Wow.
can't find flour.
My wife went to the grocery store last night, and all the meat shelves were like almost empty. So she bought a few packs of whatever was left. So we're good for a couple weeks, but it's pretty
Hey,
I
crazy.
mean, being
fine.
Asian, at this point, we're kind of thinking like, as long as we can find beans and like lentils and stuff, we're good. If those run out, then we panic. So we're like, if the meat runs out, we're okay still. You know, we can still make a lot of the stuff we need. Not the vegetarian chili. That's fine.
I mean,
That's what I told them.
I'm fine. I'm not really a prepper, but I have about 3 months worth of food in dry. Those like you call those freeze dried, long lasting packs. So me and my family were good.
Told my mom, I was like, when you go
Nice.
to the grocery store, just buy a bunch of beans and all the flour you can get. So she bought like 50 pounds of fucking flour and a bunch of beans.
It's crazy.
Because you can literally live off bread and beans forever.
My family and I, we text each other like when my sisters or my mom or somebody goes to a grocery store, we have like the family text, and we'll just say, "Hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Anybody need anything?" And we'll just buy it and then just drop it off at whoever's house is, like whatever they need.
That's
So
cool.
we've been just you know, keeping up like that. So not all, not everybody has to do their own shopping. Like,
That's
so,
good.
That's a good way to
expose
do it.
themselves.
That's
Cool.
really smart.
Cool. All right. So
After millennia has passed and we emerge from this conduit,
yes, you guys emerge, and
is Thanos on the other side of the world?
no, we'll say that you
Wait.
guys get to where the thing is. So maybe it's
Wait.
moved since then, but
You've seen YouTube, so you know about Thanos, Rinley. So you could totally tell me about him, and then I could true polymorph into him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the way true polymorph works, but I'll be
Yeah.
happy to tell you of a purple dude who was very annoying on YouTube.
Also, we would be able to fucking destroy Thanos.
I don't know if he had all the Infinity
If I had
Stones.
all the Infinity Stones too, you could suck my dick too. Like, so we could definitely destroy Thanos. Like,
But we don't have a Spider-Man and an Iron Man and an army of.
yeah, we're significantly
And
stronger
we don't have-
than
and
All
we
all
I
don't
those
have-
guys
remember
put
is an
together.
Ant-Man, a butt crack, and Thanos. There
And
were
we-
a lot of videos about that.
and we don't have what's her bucket.
Melwin is off to the side while you guys are
Captain
talking.
Marvel.
Melwin is off to the side while you guys are talking, just taking notes. He's going, ass bucket, suck dick. He's just taking notes of all the profanity.
Acceptable.
Can I manifest him a dictionary of all the profane words from all the languages I know and give
Like-
it to him?
Like you download Urban Dictionary and just give it to
Pretty
him
much. Yeah.
on a
I
flash
plug
drive.
him. No, I plug him into like the Matrix thing, like they made Keanu learn kung fu,
Yeah.
but it's shit talking. I know how to shit talk.
Okay. All right. So you guys emerge from the tunnel and you're at the base, well near where Titan Rathmus is, and he's moving, but he's moving pretty slowly.
How big
Okay.
is his dick?
So you guys remember when you fought, let's see, Adis, what's your form? Baruch, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And how tall he was? He was like a couple miles tall.
Mhm.
That's how big Rathmus's dick is.
Deimos' new trophy idea.
Hey, yes, we could use that.
If you cut
So
that off, it'll
things.
flood the world. You will literally drown the plane in blood if you cut that off.
It's worth a chance.
Is that
Just make sh-
method?
Just make sure you cut it off with fire so it'll cauterize it.
All right, so this thing's walking, and from his toesies up to his shoulders, where the city is,
Mhm.
what's the distance on that motherfucker?
So if his dick is 3 miles, then from toes to shoulders would be, let's just say,
Does this dick scrape across the ground?
no. Let's just say 300 miles.
He's got a small dick then in comparison.
Well, it's cold.
So what
It's
you
cold
meant
and
is
It's cold as shit up there. He's in the atmosphere.
It's in the upper
He's
atmosphere.
literally-
He's
in
a grower,
space.
not a shore. All right, 300 miles. What's my teleport thing?
Teleport range?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your teleport range? You try to roll for it?
Doesn't say.
under normal circumstances, it's any location you know on the same plane. Or
Yes,
that you
my
can see.
You guys want me to roll the die?
Fucking do it.
All right, 7 spell slot marked. D20 cocked, loaded, and
You
rolled.
better 10th level spell that.
Can I lucky that roll?
Let's see here. Sure.
Yes. 12 average.
Alright. You manage to teleport you and the party up to precisely where his dick is.
Oh, nice. Now we only have to fly the rest of the way.
Sorry, guys, I had something else on my mind when I was teleporting us.
This is exactly where I wanted it to be.
Hey Deimos, this is the kind of potential that his unlocking key can do for you.
Wait. I just got an idea. Can we crawl? Can we, like, fly to the tip,
Mhm.
enter it, and then
Yeah.
just go up through his inside?
That's exactly what I thought. Almost.
Okay.
There has to be like access ports on this guy somewhere. But, or wait, if we're at his dick, instead of flying down the dick, what if we fly around the dick and in the back door chute?
I love anal as much as the next guy. Whatever you want.
We could give him worms. I could turn you all into worms.
All right, is that the plan to try to go inside and travel up inside his system?
Probably the fastest
Absolutely.
way.
Of
Yeah,
course.
it's smart. Like, what type of dummies wouldn't do it?
This is Deimos and Ellen.
All right. So you go around the
I'll
back
walk
way.
over to. I'll walk over to Tippus and say, "If you wouldn't mind," and I'll turn back and go sword.
Renly, you're missing all the terrible things that you guys are doing.
Oh my god, damn it, not again.
All right. So Elwyn managed to teleport you guys halfway up Rathmus, and now the party has decided to go in to travel the rest of the way by going through the inside of Rathmus. So you found the closest access point, which happens to be his ass. And you're getting ready
We're giving him a prostate exam.
No words.
Dr. Damus. It's time to get examined.
Okay. So as you guys approach, I actually have a picture for this.
You have a picture of a Titan's butthole?
No, but it's the closest thing I could find.
Oh, nice. Yes, DM inspiration.
It's already pried open.
It's big, and we're so tiny.
Deimos, I don't remember being here before, but it looks like this has been widened. Like an Elwyn.
Maybe this
We should
guy
have totally brought that angel with us and given him a new home in here.
has been with some other cities in prison.
Jeez. All right. So next week we'll figure out how you guys make the journey intravenously, or what'd you say, Renly? Get closer to your mic.
Back of Doom, yes.
You're very, very quiet, Renly.
Oh, that might be because my the mic was away.
Okay, good. Yeah, we can hear you clearly now. So what did you say?
No, we're just going into the ass crack of Doom. That's it. That's all. Yep. To be expected.
All my
Whatever.
years of playing D&D, I never thought I'd ever probe Uranus.
Very nice.
We are like astronauts exploring the vastness.
Oh, did you guys
I'm
see
just-
this?
I'm gonna go for the amount of Bruce Willis jokes I can do.
Anal knots.
No, Bruce Willis.
We're
Not
gonna-
today.
We're gonna be anal nuts.
Did you
That's
guys?
good.
You guys see this? Here. I'll link it.
Is it another anus?
Here, watch this.
We're going into a black hole. I can't believe I just thought of that.
Oh shit.
About an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah, listen to her song.
That 8-year-old kid's gonna go places.
And then some.
I wonder what's inside your butthole.
What? This media could not be played.
Girl song.
Oh, there it is.
Here's what's inside your butthole.
Aliens all inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butt?
Now that kid knows what is what. That just reminds me of like a bard with like 8 charisma, but just always wins everything.
New ringtone found.
People like at work aren't gonna know why the fuck I'm playing this. Like
Oh
on
my
loop,
God.
I'm gonna make a loop of this.
someone
They'll be like,
someone remixed
"The
it further down the page. Someone did a remix of it, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
Now the remix will be your phone ringtone.
Okay, so next week we travel into the cavern, the vast gaping cavern.
Peace.
All right,
The gaping maw of Uranus.
Thanks for running, man.
cool.
Hopefully everyone's still
Yeah, it
doing
was
good.
fun.
It
Yeah.
was cool. See ya.
Thank
See
you guys. See you next week.